It is time for more Pro League. Welcome back to this wonderful Wednesday. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Study, and Pac-Man here on your desk. Now, we want to get right into things because if you missed it yesterday, there were some surprises and some upsets, you might say. And that starts out, of course, with Elevate taking down Splice in that Game 5. You can see it, of course, that reverse sweep. I think surprising a few people, but a great showing for Elevate. Definitely how they wanted to kick things off here. And I think, Jay, your narrative through that whole series was that they needed aggression to do it, and you ended up being right. They brought that aggression and they won.
Their favorite map for me, at least every time I watch this team, I want them to play nothing but frequency. They're just so fast-paced on this map. They destroyed them on the control, and the hard point wasn't even close. It was all led by Brezzy. The entire respawn in that series yesterday had a 1.2. The guy was going absolutely nuts. He was definitely my MVP for yesterday, and if they're able to continue to play like these small, really aggressive kind of maps, I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard for them to lose series.
I mean, even thinking that Game 5 to 6 straight, like that's very impressive. Like to win 2 in a row, get that reverse sweep, and then on that Game 5 you're down and you still show that tenacity to bring it back. Like that's something that you don't expect out of a team like Elevate because they don't have those veteran players that have been in those situations, often. So that was a very impressive win for me, and coming off of a tournament where you only won, what, 1 series versus a team with a fill-in, that's crazy.
And then for me too, they also should have won that Game 1 against Splice.
It was extremely close.
Looney went on like an incredible spree to keep Splice in it, but in general, Elevate's respawns looked incredibly strong yesterday. If they can keep that up going forward, that's what we're going to see. But if they play like they did yesterday, they could actually become a consistent force in this league. It's something that I definitely didn't expect with this compilation of players, international roster. Yesterday was an extremely impressive day for them.
Now, they are going to be going up against Denial later on, but do you think, Jay, that it's going to be as important for Elevate to keep up that level of aggression against Denial, or maybe there's a little more wiggle room going against them?
Well, they're definitely going to have to keep up that aggression for the simple fact that they came back reverse sweep on Splice yesterday. It's just something no one expected. You had players that were just leading in every single category when it came to S&D, where we saw Wayless picking up at the end in that Game 5. Just overall, when they're going up against Denial in this series, it's going to be really hard for Denial to even challenge them, especially if they're going to be playing like Frequency or Seaside, because I don't think that their Sogs are going to be able to keep up with at least the performance that they showed me yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely can't slack then, I suppose.
Yeah.
No time to get comfortable yet. But we do also want to talk about E United yesterday. That also went to a Game 5, but they were able to close it out with a win. And I think that was another surprise in that we weren't necessarily expecting it to go to that map 5. But again, we had Clay coming out with a 6-piece in one of those rounds, but coming out really hot, and they were able, Pac-Man, to close it out.
I mean, E United proved yesterday that they have the clutch to win in those situations. I think that was really just a strong showing from E6. E6 could have won even that control. They choked some rounds. So we saw some strength from both teams. And then Clay just had one of those performances that sometimes you see superstar players have. Game 5, he just took over. There was not much E6 could do at that point. But what we saw yesterday was just a team that's fresh back to the league. This did not look like the same United that we saw at London, but they didn't have to. They did what they had to do to win the game. Yeah, you can say the tiny tears or whatever didn't have the same exact impact they had in London, but it's impossible for...
Yeah, you can't expect them to.
Expect Sim to keep up like that pace. I talked to Ann about it before. If he does that, he's going to be the best COD player of all time.
Yeah, it's just not possible.
It's just not possible to keep that pace, but they still pulled out a win. That's what you expect from a team of that caliber.
Do you think, Nameless, that sets up certain players for unwarranted criticism when they come out so hot like Simp, and then people might expect them to always be that incredible?
Yeah, I mean, we've sort of seen things like this in the past. Like, even in this game, there were some unrealistic expectations on TJ's, shoulders on Optic Gaming, and, he had a couple bad performances, and then people are already like, yo, we need to get a roster change. We need TJ out of there. It's like, no, this guy's an incredible player. Like, he's not going to be the best guy on the map on every single map that they play. He's going to have ups and downs, and by no means did he have a bad series. He just didn't absolutely dominate, and, that just comes with the territory, right? Like, you're in a pro league, you're playing these teams who are hungry to win, that are at the bottom of the leaderboard. They need those wins. They're coming with the fire, and it's a matter of bringing that same fire after you establish yourself as a fantastic player in this league.
I think it also has to do with people just being able to do their homework now, because when Simp, before London, no one basically could watch how he played. We saw E United lose in S&D yesterday, which I didn't really expect. They were 10-2 going into it. Now they're 11-3, but they were just able to counter him. I'm pretty sure Simp didn't get at least one sniper shot off yesterday, so obviously some homework was being done.
Yeah, I mean, Clay talked about in an interview after. He's like, on Hacienda, they just countered everything we did. They definitely watched our VOD. So, yeah, this is where, in Pro League, this is where you switch up your strats, test some new things out, and figure it out, especially if you're one of those teams that are at the top that have that wiggle room to, test some things out.
Yeah, and speaking of the top, let's pull up our standings because United 100T sitting at the top there. And interesting enough, you can see Splice and Envy sitting with the same win-loss record, roughly the same win percentage, and everyone pack is going to be fighting really for that 4th spot.
Yeah, I mean, with Heretics the way they played yesterday, I actually do see them coming down for the first time ever in the Pro League. So this race between Splice, Envy, and Heretics realistically is going to be super close. I don't see, there's no way that United or 100 Thieves fall below that. They're just too strong of teams. But that, depending on what version of Splice and what version of Heretics we get, like that middle of the pack is just ridiculous.
Splice Envy game is going to be insane.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a big game.
Yeah, all right, let's talk about our first match. That is going to be Denial versus Elevate. Now, we talked about Elevate a little bit, and just based on what we've seen from both these teams, obviously it's not necessarily a lot, but do you feel like this is a fairly even matchup or no?
I think I'd still give the edge to Denial just because of the guys on that team. They're just they have veteran players, and then they have the all-star in Brack who's been lighting it up. He hasn't slowed down since that Midnight team. Individually, he's been an absolute all-star in this league, and it seems like these guys are sort of coming together and becoming a unit, and that's where we're seeing that teamwork, reflecting in their gameplay. When they played Envy, how great they were, and then they play 100 Thieves, and it's a tough match, but that's like the best team in the game, so you can write that one off.
That, and they lost that S&D in a close match, so they were in the lead, and then they beat 100 Thieves into control. So yeah, they lost the series, but there were still some positives to take away from Denial for that series. So I do agree with that. I have to give the edge in this series to Denial, even though Elevate did reverse sweep Splice yesterday, but Splice is not the same Splice team.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Right. Game Fuel is proud to sponsor the amateur portion of our tournaments. Alex from Denial is one of the latest players to make his way from our Game Fuel Open bracket to a pro team. And again, it's so exciting. We've seen so many players this season that are coming up from that Game Fuel Open bracket and making their statements here. And again, he is one of them. So far, we'll see if Denial can keep on winning in this first week. But to that point, actually, I want to talk a little bit about Brack. And Pac, this is a question for you. So when they're winning maps, Brack has a 1.61 AKD, but when they lose maps, he has a 0.67. So are you worried that maybe Denial's success relies too much on him performing really well?
That's the X Factor stat, and I don't really know if I like this. I don't think that's a good stat for Brack. I don't think that's a thing for Denial. That just means like the positions he's putting himself in the maps. It kind of sounds like it's a baiting stat. Like if he gets those kills, if he gets those 2 pieces, it's all good. If he doesn't, then we lose. That's not really a Denial thing. That's probably something that he has to fix within his own gameplay.
And it could also not really be an individual thing, right? Like, there's a lot of ways to look at that. If your team's getting pummeled, like, you're probably not going to have a good KD. And if you do, I might be a little concerned.
That's true. His is just the widest in the league by a super wide margin, so it's got to be something in particular with the way that he plays.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to iron that out.
It definitely is. And it also is something that his teammates have not said anything negative about him or anything about how he plays. So it's probably not that big a deal. It's just one of those weird stats that JP came up with.
Well, we will have to see what is about to happen, but we are ready to get things started. So we are going to hand it over now to our casters, Miles and Momo.
You think you're all ready to get things started? Momo and I have been patiently waiting in the wings for this matchup to start. Hello and welcome to the Pro League. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm not sure about you guys, but this is an interesting matchup, Phil. We had a little bit of a discussion before the start up here. 2 teams that have upset 2 bigger teams, 2 teams we would have expected them to lose to. What are we going to be seeing from the series today?
I think that's the storyline. Denial and Elevate are 2 teams which you put at the lower side of the division. Division B, you kind of have those clear-cut favorites kind of running for that top 3 spot. Obviously, you got Heretics mixed in there as well. But Denial and Elevate, these are 2 teams that have already this week made a huge impact. Denial taking down Envious in a game 5. They did lose out to 100 Thieves, but as the Des mentioned, they had their good bits of that series. But in the story of Elevate, 3-2 over Splice, and that was just yesterday. A huge shock for me. That is something I didn't expect, and again, that's a bit more recent than the Denial victory, so maybe Elevate come into here with that same energy, that same mentality, and who knows, they could be picking up the same kind of result at the end of it. We're going to be starting on Hacienda Hardpoint, and it's going to be going down. But again, the 2 key players, as I said on the previous matchup yesterday, to watch out for. I think it's really important to highlight Brack going up against Skies. Those are the 2 players that I really want to see. Those ICRs will be in action. But straight away, Elevate with the first kills.
Remnants of the old Midnight. That special midnight from way back when we had thought such promise. Alas, it was not meant to be. But here they find themselves on 2 teams. Elevate with a nice early lead here. Skies, the man you mentioned, finds himself 2. Rated, however, turns into that a lovely 3. 2 players up top, and a shot punch comes in from behind. Now Ruiz on your screen, doing the best he can to possibly stay alive. The hard point still now actually in the hands of Denial. So the Wolfpack will take their claim to that one. Rated, what a fantastic start from him. 3 kills in a row. Now 285 away from streaks. The rotations will be going down. We will be having Elevate take control for the time being. Rated is done and dusted, so that means no streaks there for Denial. Elevate now with a chance to turn this around.
Yeah, and I think going into this as well, we knew that Denial, their hard point, was probably one of their weaker game modes, only picking up one of the last maybe 6 or 7. But on the side of Elevate, you know that we've seen strong sides on Seaside, Hacienda. They both sit winning the last 2 on that one. So again, kind of going into this one, I kind of favor Denial, but on the hard point, you've got to think Elevate open this one out strong, and that is what they're doing right now. 3 kills for Breezy and Whalers either side, though. The contest will be shut down. With 40 seconds left, a lot of time to go, and, you know, if held right, could be a money hill here, but pushing from the water. Joe's going to have a lot to deal with. 2 jumping up at the seams at the same time, and Ruiz, and one more. Joe deals with both handedly, and now watching from the side, will be shut down, will be taken out. Oh, no! Joe turning up when he needs to, and that's going to be his 9th kill. He's 4 in a row as the rotate will start.
He said he needed to take care of it handily, and he went above and beyond that one, and he ain't done yet. Joe is on a run, on a bit of a tear. 5 now in a row. Lining up for a few more. Can he find Whalers? It would have been his 6th, but alas, lives to fight another day. The battle may be lost, but the war is still raging. Here we go. Denial with a nice lead here. The hard point once again flips into the hands of Elevate. Denial now onto the break. Right we go through. Joey finds his 6th back-to-back. 110 away from streaks now. Rated fell earlier. Can Joe succeed where Rated fell in that quest for streaks? 2 players laying prone there right in front of him. He's got no idea. A stun will give him a lot of information, but that trophy is going to knock that one in the bud. 6 kills back-to-back. Come on, Joe. Find us one more. Give the people what they want. Whalers, though. Tricky kills. There it is. He finds 2 more. 8 in a row. Joe, full streaks.
It really is hard to just look away at this point right now. You've got lightning strikes galore with Alex and Joe. You've got a Hellstorm to play with an 8-kill streak, and Alex is continuing. And this is really why Alex was that hot prospect. You know, he was the one player in Europe which was standing out above and beyond every single player. And it was almost kind of a big question on everyone's mind of where's he going to end up? And he's found himself with, you know, those UK buds of Joe, Rated, and Bance, but with a mix in of Brack, who currently sits 2-8, not the best start, of course, but right now it's working for Denial. Every single player, but Brack really is going off.
There you go, Denial opening this one up nicely. Alex is going to be popping in that Hellstorm. He's going to find a whole lot, but definitely got a little bit of information. The guns are up now. The ADS goes through, and that's going to be it. Joe drops. He did end his watch at 9 in a row previously. 15-4 currently. Alex now making his way forward. Cluster finds its way through. Joey's lightning strike, though. That's going to do a lot of damage. Skies, I thought he managed to just get away there, but no, just by water, he is going to be drowned out. Hardpoint once again going the way of Denial, and this has been a great break from them.
Yeah, again, I'm looking at Joe. 17-4. He's on a 2-kill streak. Nothing crazy, but he's just continuing the dominance, and Denial are really kind of converting these kills into points, and that's what a lot of teams sometimes struggle with, is they're all kind of so in their own element. It's just all about those kills. Denial right now are converting that, and I love to see it. 2 Hellstorms still to play with. Contest going down for the final 10, but as we hit the very end of the first rotation, it is Brack turning up here. He had a slow start at 3 and 9, now doubling the 3 to 6 as he tries to find some streaks of his own.
This is not what Elevate really want to be seeing in game 1. Slow starts from almost everyone. Profizi 5 and 11, 7 and 10 from Whalers. Not the same team we saw play Splice, not the same team we saw really push them to the absolute brink. Still, plenty of time to get back into this one. Do have the hard point for the time being. Whalers up top now. Guns up as we go back to our second set of rotations now. Our first hard point there, Rated, is going to get traded out quite quickly. Whalers also goes down, and Joe, once again, finding those kills, finding those little pickup kills, and oh my Ruiz, what in the hell was that?
Ruiz making some damage here for the squad. Is it going to be enough? That's the question here. They need a big turnaround, and looking across the board, you know, no one's kind of standing out at the moment. Whalers putting a good shift in here at 11 and 11, but apart from that, Denial are just shutting them down left, right, and center. Of course, going back to Joe, 18 and 7. An incredible start to a hard point, of course. It's beginning, middle, and end, though. And we're starting to hit that middle ground right now, and Denial certainly have the lead, nearly 100 points to the good. And Brack just locking this down at the back. Back to the Maddox. It was interesting, actually. He started with the ICR, and he goes back to the Maddox, which we all know and love him for, and certainly paying dividends right now.
Here we go. trying to make that slow and steady break in towards Lamborghini. Hailstorm's going to be coming through from Joe. He may just be able to catch one or two. Wow, he does! He finds two with that one, Breezy and Emery's. He does blow up the car. It is going to be Whalers. Joe with 4. My word, 22 and 8 now. What a start for Joe! And it's hard to get past this. I mean, we've seen these performances from Joe in the past through COD World War II. He was a big player at times, but there were a few moments of lackluster performances. But right now, the whole squad of Denial is showing up to play. They are bringing the thunder and the lightning, quite literally. Bant still alive and kicking. This is sublime work from Denial, retaking Lambo. Final 15's theirs. Rated though now on the other side of the map, trying to contest, trying to get towards the next hard point. Wonder if he can get that one done. He's got a little bit of help from Brack now, making this play happen. And my Denial, ooh, they had a fantastic sleep last night.
They certainly did. And again, going back to my original point in regards to the hard points, even, you know, we look at London for, you know, the most recent example for them. They won 1 hard point, you know, losing 6, I think it was. And they come out here and clearly this is, you know, a part that they've worked on, a game strat that they have gone back, looked at, reviewed, and they're certainly capitalizing on the results right now. 169 to 170. Sorry, 270. Oh, got 100, my goodness. Elevate, trying to get out of that 100-point club. Rated, bobbing and weaving, trying to get back into the mix with the ICR, but it's Brack once more stepping up here with another 2-kill streak. Joe seems to just continue the dominance, 25 and 10. Again, very hard to compete when players are dropping those kind of numbers, but on your screen, Breezy now, trying to find some from above. We'll find one more and to get Tin there, and teammates cleaning them up. We are going to see Elevate hold on for now.
Yeah, Breezy was a standout player yesterday. Really put up some powerful numbers, some incredible performances against Spice, and still now we roll onwards. Rafizi on your screen, Slam at hand, ready to break in through to Garage. He's going to try and hit Rock from the side. The Slam could come through if he wants it. It's a favorable spot. He's going to try to open up that flank, allow his teammates to push forward. Number 2, Skies, though, he's in position. Oh, Rafizi may have pulled the trigger on that one. That Slam does not come through. Actually, Bance does. He goes down a 0.5% there on his specialist, so just in the nick of time. Breezy now charging forward. Wonderful work. He actually finds 2. Rafizi, he's going to be on the back. He's going to take care of Bance, and that's going to keep the back line open. That's going to keep the numbers flooding. Rated, though, with the uppercut. Shuts Rafizi down.
Both Slams taken out. Both Slams absolutely useless. And I know it sometimes only goes down to half, which Bance obviously found himself in that position, but he may not get that back. And that's the interesting thing. You've got to really use those specialists and utilize them. Maybe you just pick up 1, 2 kills, but sometimes a shot punch is so fast, it's so aggressive, and you can't really read those situations, though. Going back to Denial, they are in charge once more. Contests coming in from Elevate, but it is not going to be enough. Bance, Brack, and Rated getting into the mix here. Kills galore. Whalers, wow. He's going to feel that one in the morning as we go back to the original. The 3rd rotation is amongst us, and still Denial lead by 100.
Oh, I was going to say Brack was actually on a good run there for another set of streaks for Denial, and just crazy to see in the same match within, 40 seconds of each other, 2 players getting taken out just before that Slam hit. It's just wild stuff. Still, Denial, they're looking to put this one to bed. They do have control of middle. They are pushing these members of Elevate right back. Now they're going to be coming through that 1 set of stairs and maybe hitting the low secret room as well. Brack, though, in a prime position to stop these players. They're all going to be opting for the top route, though. Brack in a position now not to really get these kills, but maybe hit the players on the rotate as they try to clear out top house, try to clear out those windows. And here he is, right in the nick of time, just when he needed him the most. Brack, can he get it done? 3, Brack making noise. 25 seconds for the win. Denial. This is a great opener for the series.
And Brack's starting to heat up. I talked about the Brack versus Skies battle. You know, we go back to London, we start to look at Skies. You know, he had the overall highest Maddox KD and hardpoint KD. And here we aren't seeing that. We aren't seeing him put those numbers up. Brack started slow, but he's finishing strong. Like I said, beginning, middle, and end to a hardpoint, and he's finishing like he means to carry on. 237 to 125. The final few points they're looking for could be on Garage with 45 seconds left to go, but a perfect hold could really change the game for Elevate.
So far, so good. Elevate. This has been a great hold. No one's been able to even get close. Brack's going to be the first player to find a kill here. But nonetheless, I mean, look at the position Breezy's in. He's able to push right on forward as his teammate dies. He's going to fill in the gap he left. Bance comes through. Slam finds at least 2 and a teammate, unfortunately. I mean, it does right the wrongs of earlier. Now Breezy's in on the mix. Alex continues this great run. Denial hold. Denial hold. They're forcing him off. 10 points for the win. Joe coming in from the outside is going to help clean up these final few players, and this could be it. 5 seconds. Elevate. 1 last push is all it's going to take. 1 last push is you need. You've got to get in now. The contest can't even come through. They desperately, desperately surge past the doorman, past the bodyguard. But Denial, the Wolf Pack, They give him a mauling in the first map.
Wolfpack, the Brack attack, the bodyguard that is Brack. My goodness, he was heating up towards the end, but you've got to go back to the start, Miles. Joe, what a phenomenal start. I think it was something like 17 and 4. That kind of the numbers that stood out to me, but he continued that to like 25 and 10 and really kind of putting the pressure on. No wonder he's laughing up there on the main stage. He's having a ball. As right now, map 1 looked easy for Denial, and again, their hard point was weak. It was very, very weak in London. That seemed like a different team.
It really did. Speaking of different teams, one thing, it's a slight deviation from what we're talking about already, but just to see, you know, the Ashes of Red Reserve, both those teammates, both those sort of kind of the schism between them, they set off to other sides of, you know, the divisions, FaZe and now Denial, and you can see the look on all their faces. You go back to the first division A, we saw FaZe looking so happy. Right now, Denial looking so happy. Everyone's having a good time, and that's wonderful to see. Talking about good vibes, there are vibes are flowing between those players right now, and so far, so good for Denial. Before the start of the series, Jess had a quick catch-up with Skies. Jess, what does Skies have to say?
Thank you, Miles. That's right. Well, for Skies actually talked to me a little bit about yesterday's win versus Splice, and you know, I got to say his whole attitude about the win was a little bit more that it was expected. I don't think he saw it as the big upset that many of the rest of us kind of saw it as. But you know, anyway, coming in here, he seems like he kind of knows what to expect. He says, "Well, Brack left us, so he's definitely going to get smoked now." He did reassure me that that was just a joke. He says that he respects Brack, but kind of made it clear he doesn't really think much of the rest of Denial. He says, aside from Brack, they're nothing. So that's all I've got for now. Miles and Momo, back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jess. Again,
Interesting.
yeah.
It is interesting. Again, it kind of feels like that friendly banter that Skies and Brack kind of saying, you know, we know you're a great player, but you've joined a team which isn't so great. But for me, yes, Brack kind of turned up at the end, but the others were putting in that shift. And, you know, when all's said and done, it is the gameplay that does the talking here. And I understand why Skies was so confident going into, you know, the game versus Splice. He described it to Jess, obviously, as expected to come out on top of that one, which I'll hold my hands up. I thought that was going to be a quick 3-0. I thought that was going to be a bit of a backhand. But Elevate, they seem to have found their groove. They seem to have found this right mix of players. And for the first time, I wanted to bring up, we're starting to see, you know, these mix of Europeans and Americans teaming together. Elevate, great example. Denial, great example. You've got Splice as well. It's FaZe now. You know, it's a very common thing within the CWL, whereas, you know, a year, 2 years ago, nothing. Yep. Absolutely nothing. It was almost like a what if, you know, what would happen if X teamed with Y, and it's kind of that exciting times that we're in right now. And, you know, sometimes you don't realize you're in those times until it's gone. But Denial, take map number 1. Search, Destroy, Gridlock coming up next.
It's like when you think of the good old days. When were the good old days, Phil?
We're in them right now,
We're in
Miles.
them right now, friends.
Take it in. Feed off that energy.
That's what we want. Gridlock up next. Elevate a chance to bounce back in the search. Chance to tie up the series. Chance to get back into this one. A real sort of, you know, low on the card necessarily for a lot of these teams of this matchup today, but they have not disappointed so far. 3-man push for Denial right through mid. Super aggressive. Bounce on his own. Oh my, Emruiz, I'm pretty sure he saw something to get the spidey senses tingling, something to just the hairs on the back of his neck to stand up. Breezy's going to get the first kill onto Joe. Brack answers back quickly. That's the rear guard taken care of now for Elevate. Now the bomb's down. Now the aggression.
Rated in tough position. ICR there. He sees 2 players. Doesn't really know which one to go for. Brack, though, he's literally dancing with the devil at the moment. He's already found 1 kill. Can he find the second? It wouldn't surprise me if he did. So confident at this type of range with his Maddox, but he's called up on his teammate. Brack's actually beat it out with Alex there. Just come out on top, but in a 2v1. Denial now looking for that last kill onto Profizi. They do have to have the defuse, so 7.5 needs to remain. Profizi looking for that player. No one's going to be on bomb, so he dips in, dips out, and now trying to just bide his time. He's actually done this beautifully. He just makes the kill. Oh, and he will! Bance goes down. Brack comes out on top, but Elevate win the round. Now, Brack starts off with an incredible 3 kills, you know, doesn't win the round, but I talked about at the start of the hard point how, you know, this Brack versus Skies is going to be really interesting, first of all, because, you know, they used to team together. Skies, obviously, number 1 overall KD and hard point KD for the Maddox. Search and Destroy in London, though, it was Brack. You know, he dropped a 1.62 in S&D alone, and he's already popped with 3 in the first round. Interesting to see how this goes back and forward. But I think Denial will be quite frustrated with that one. I feel like they should have closed that round out.
It just comes down to you guess right, you manage to save your teammate on the defuse, you guess wrong, and maybe he dies. Maybe you don't get it. Like it's just a matter of reacting quickly, and Joe's going to react quickly in the opening of this round. Bance with the snipe now. Oh, Whalers, you need to run, friend. Bance continuing the sniping spree he's been on quite recently. His second kill of the match. Brack still sitting at that 3. Now a slight reshuffle as the final 2 members of Denial will go back towards B. But the bomb will make its way in towards the A site now. A quick plant. Bance will be the rear guard, sitting up top there. He's only watching over the mid-map though, so a very, very good chance that the players will be coming in behind him. It's just a matter of when he decides to turn, when he decides to give up. And the timing is brilliant, almost there. Emery's is going to take care of the Watchman.
I want to see how Brack plays this, because he's got 3 kills, he's planted the bomb, and they're in a 4v2. This is clearly a round win for them, but it's if he can pick up maybe an extra kill. Can his teammates bait out for him? That's what I'd be doing if I was a Denial teammate. I'd be baiting, I'd be telling him where he is and urging him to pick up the kills. But Alex is the man to find the last 2, and Denial will be happy with the result of that one. Of course, we're going to see those last 2 on best players coming from Alex. Just, again, using these points of cover to his advantage. Emery's no chance, no prayer. 1v4 at that stage, and all tied up in the search and destroy.
It was, yes, no hope. We've been in those, you've been in those 1v3 situations. I mean, it's very, very hard in Black Ops 4 to make those kind of powerful comebacks. And
you know it's a bad situation when, if at that point you would take your own life and you can't, and you're like, I'm kind of stuck, guys. I'm gonna feed one of them. Emery's though strikes first blood versus Joe.
Yeah, the mid-map push now is coming right on through for Elevate. Bance, once again, great positioning, fantastic timing, and Alex might be able to help him out. Bance now on the turn. Breezy can't get it done. Bance with the RK7. Garrison by name, Garrison by nature as he locks down top shot. Bance is still running now. He's got himself a Maddox. Players directly above him. Final 2 members of Elevate try and hit that bomb site. Now the back alleyway, there it is, rated in the 1v1. Gets it done. Bance is there. He can't get it against Skies though. So strong, that Maddox. That's a 1-on-1. He called Skies Maddox extraordinaire, and indeed he is.
The timing. It's all about this defuse. It's all this cat and mouse, and you know we saw it on the previous round where Elevate came out on top. But that's one way you are proud of your teammate. You can see the fist bumps coming in. It's like you played that perfectly. Not only did you win the round, you got the kill, and it's going to be Skies who comes out on top again. Like I pointed out before, very influential in a matchup like this. We had a fantastic event in London. You know, he didn't get the result he wanted, but his individual performance was, you know, right up there by all means.
Elevate, keep themselves in this. Take the lead now in the search. Great use of the mechanics in Black Ops 4, that. You know, preloading the slide before he hits the ground means he can slide in whatever direction he chooses upon hitting the deck. Fades away, cleans up Alex. Breezy, oh my, he just managed to get out of dodge while the get was good. Just before that site got completely flooded. Might bite. Yeah, Brack gets the bomb down.
Get out of there, Brack.
Joe manages to get a kill out of that, and now Breezy. Oh, the timing was great. The shots were not as good, but Skies, he's still in point. He's still trying to find something here.
He picks up a sword, reverts back to the Maddox though. 30 seconds left on the clock, and now it's a 4v4. That bomb needs to defuse. That's a great frag there, just to deter anyone. It might even connect with one, and you can see the stars aligning for Bance as he does hit marker another. You see Skies back off because that bullet goes straight through his chest. The timing's against him, and Skies might have come out last time when the bomb was down at B. Not today.
I must admit, when that 50 cal went right through, I thought, this is it. Someone's going to get the trade immediately.
It was just a really good round from Bance as well. His positioning was on point. His grenade not only was well positioned, which is quite easy, let's be honest, it's the timing of it. It's putting that grenade down not too early, not too late, and again, just kind of deterring them away from that. Yes, he finds a kill with it, connects with the sniper. When all's said and done, Brack and the boys come out on top for that one.
Brack and the boys. What are you doing this week?
I wonder how, I mean, what?
Hanging out with Brack and the boys.
Brack and the boys.
Brack and the boys.
It's, you know, you're with 4 Europeans.
It's Brack and
a
the Brits.
very different kind of lifestyle. I'd be interested to kind of sit down with Brack and just, you know, see how he's finding it.
Yeah.
2-2. Search and destroy.
Here we go. Right on point. Brack is finding it easy this round. Opening killed. Does get traded out quickly though. 3v4. Breezy gets back into this one. I'm fascinated to hear if Brack's picked up any slang. AEP comes through, takes care of the red dot. Profizi and Skies, they don't need it. The team shot's right there. That muscle memory comes into effect. Profizi will drop those. Skies is now the last player left alive on the point once again in the 3v1 situation. He does have a frag grenade, something to be noted. I wonder if he'll use it here. Again, that closely contested area just by Showers. It's very, very possible he could get one in the pocket. But again, oh, that's going to help. Now it's a 1v2. Skies, what have you got? Have you got what it takes to clean this up?
That's the moment as well. When you're in a 3v1, you're happy as Larry, you're chilling. And then you lose a play, you're like, oh no. Bad timing, grenade! Down to 2 HP, I'm like, the sky's the limit right now for this man. And a 1v3. Yeah, that face says it all. That face says it all. He's like, oh, what do we just do? Is there luck involved? Maybe, with the grenade, the timing.
It's the timing.
But Skies goes down to 2 HP. Watch his health.
It wasn't even Bance that gets killed by the frag, though. The target was Bance, but Rated got involved, took that one, and then, oh my.
I didn't realize, yes, Skies went down to 2 HP. Bance went down to about 20, which, in essence, is the same. 1 bullet and you're dead. Skies, clutch is up, and you can see why he had such a good London.
What a 1v3. Slight adaptation now. ICR out, going for the wallbang. They know that they A was going to be the site, and he's going to clean them right through Showers there. A little vanity mirror gets clean cut. Here we go. 1 man down for Denial. Joe's out of this round. Alex sitting at 6 and 3. He's had to be a bit of a staple when it comes to those round finishes. Now with the bomb going down at B, a quick mix-up. But look at that Snake. Look at that Elevate Snake charging through. And one's going to be watching the back as they fight all their way forward. This is not where you want to be. This is familiar territory for Elevate. They love the gunfights back here. Profizi's going to open that one up in the blistering fashion onto Alex. This back alleyway, this is Elevate territory. This is where they want the fights to happen. 25 seconds. Denial can't play retake from that far away. Skies, Whalers, streaks, baby. Breck, he's gone. What a perfect round from Elevate.
Perfect round, perfect retake. Skies on a 5-kill streak. He's going to be rewarded with the defuse. He's getting the lightning and Hellstorm. And this is why we wanted to highlight this man at the start of the series, because right now he's probably in the best form of his career to date. You know, he's probably on the best team right now, in the best position. So everything's going right for Skies, and he's taking players out easily. He nearly found that second, but I think Whalers picked it up. And let's not forget, not all their first languages are English, so Whalers and Breezy on the end there, you know, they have to adapt and try and convert as best they can. But 4-2 is the scoreline as we head into round number 7. But these streaks will change the game.
Yeah, it really will. Who needs language? Skies is speaking the language of death and violence. Fantastic Call of Duty. Here we go. 2 dead already for Denial. They have fallen apart at the seams. Round 7 has not been kind to them. Can they counter back? Bance does have a frag to work with. He does have a bit of utility. Profizi now with the bomb down. Ooh. Frag goes through. Bance finds absolutely nothing. More of a microwave deal than a well-cooked dinner. Joe desperately trying to level the playing field. And they're on it. They're on it. Joe's getting the defuse. He's called in the lightning strike. Off the bomb, they got to go. Ordnance comes through, and in the gunfights, though, the ensuing gunfights, I'm not sure if Elevator managed to find this. 20 seconds left.
They've actually called in the Hellstorm as well, so they're just using everything to secure this round and put themselves 5-2. Again, that Hellstorm not necessarily needs to find a kill, it just needs to stop anyone actually being on that bomb site, and we are going to see Elevate clean this up. And it's that man Skies once again to get that final kill. Incredible, incredible map for him. His Search and Destroy is... He's one to be watched because we all know these, you know, S&D kids, as we call it, you know, your TJs and your Pharaohs. But Skies has really got that mind for Search and Destroy, and it is all about time and precision, pace, and he seems to just have what it takes.
Use your streaks. I'm interested to see how many points he's sitting at right now. He's got himself that Tempest, 12 and 3. Worthy involvement. Nerdy Nade comes through. Not a whole lot of players there, but that's enough information. Breezy, what will you do against the full might of Denial and the push there as our first man dies for Elevate?
And it doesn't surprise me that Denial have gone back to B. That's where they found the success in the previous rounds. You know, they tried A, didn't work, they had to rotate to B. They get the bomb down pretty easily, but it's obviously coming out on top and not letting the defuse come through. 5v4, this should be a round which they can take. Profizi on the flank, though, trying to get up close and personal with the sword.
He's slipped through well and truly, but Brack just steps out of position there, just gets behind him in that moment, and it's unfortunate to say the least. Great timing, but Sky's now holding the front line. They're a man down, but it's not a problem. Tempest at play if he wants it. Ooh, shots are through. I mean, This could be the one, but the shots are there. Whalers is going to do a great job on the kill, and the defuse is going to happen right now. No one there to body block it, though, so that player is dead. Rate is going to find another one. Skies, not enough time to get it done. He will live. He takes somebody with him.
Now, not that he's probably going to get it, but he is 4-6-5 away from streak, so if this does, say, go to around 11, this is something he could overlap. You know, he could go all the way. That's a really nice round from Denial, and credit to Joe, actually. He was the one to get that opening pick, which then allowed the bomb to go down. And said it before, Denial, they're finding their success at B on the offense. But on defense, they're almost non-existent. You know, Elevate are just picking them apart.
Yeah, whether it's a well-placed nade, whether it's just a fantastic shot between either Whalers or even Skies on the ICR.
I mean, the clutch from Skies definitely hurt Denial. You know, that was a swinging point of when it was 2-2, and Elevate kind of put it in their favor. But look at this. Full-fledged 10 players in showers. Yep. Here's the Tempest.
Yep. EMP just comes through a little late. He's already got the Tempest out. Had it hit him before, he would not have been able to use the Specialist until that EMP wears off. Joe's going to find kills, though. It all comes down to a 2v3. Joe's going to get tagged. Brilliant work on the flank. Here comes Alex. He slips. He misses. Oh, they're hitting nothing. You got to find something. Guys! Denial of the round.
Alex needs to count his blessings because he's shaking his head thinking, he had about 8 shots on me. He missed every single one. I will say, having that Tempest and then getting EMP'd, that is, I'll use the word frustrating. It would be so annoying for me if I've, you know, got Tempest in Search and Destroy, then get EMP'd. I can hardly see anything. People start pushing me left, right, and center. He does clean Joe, but Denial, actually, those very 2 quick rounds back to back, they take out the Tempest. They now are on the offense, which they've been pretty good at. I presume they're going to go B again, because this is what they've been so strong at. They can certainly push this to around 11.
This is a scary sight. I mean, Skies could have closed out the entire map then and there. Well, here we go. You called it. B's going to be the site. The defense has not made the read yet. You can see they're still posturing around A and mid. Joe's looking to get into the mix first. There's the nade. Cluster comes through. Here comes the play through alleyway. It's going to be Skies. What is he going to have? Oh my, he almost got killed by timing there. Joe, though, wow. Wow, the shots. Gives the early advantage now to Elevate. They're backing up.
Big player, number 10, rated on the flank. Ruiz is looking for him, but Raid's actually just snuck right
my
through.
God, he missed him.
But that may actually hinder number 6, Alex, because Alex is going to walk through here thinking this is all fine and dandy. Ruiz is in and amongst, and Ruiz is soon going to turn around. He's going to be now in the middle of no man's land, and he's going to be fighting for his life. 4v3, though, in favor of Elevate. Bomb is going down. No streaks this time around. No specialists either. Denial needs to go big, and Alex has been concussed. Alex finds one. Can he find the second? No. Breezy shuts him down. Bance makes it even. Brack gives them the lead. And this could be going to around 11 unless Breezy pulls off a miraculous. I'm going to stop speaking right there because the Brack attack strikes again.
Wow, my.
And what a way to finish this. You know, old teammates going at it once more. We've got 2 of the best Maddox players in the game right now, and Brack and Skies, and I actually think Brack went on a bit of a tear. I'd be interested to see if he's found maybe a specialist or a streak amongst that.
He does. He has his tag 5 ready to go. The craziest thing about this, if Rated finds Emery's on point there, that play doesn't happen. Because if Emery's dies early on, Rated doesn't get to sit there for an extra 5 seconds, allow his teammates to get on site, take control of the bomb site.
Yeah.
Because of that weird sort of turn of events where he doesn't catch that player, no one from Elevate is able to rotate back to the bomb site fast enough to get on the defense. Here we go. Round 11, tag 5's up.
So there's an extra 250 health on one side of the map. Skies, on the other hand, has picked up 14 kills this game. Brack, 11. This is literally like 2 Titans going head-to-head. The superstars, if you like, of the teams. And with 60 seconds left on the clock, it is going down at B. Denial. They need to rotate. They need to read this.
Oh, there it is. There's the peak. Joe, in and out. Playing whack-a-mole. Just pops up, pops back. Bombs down. No one's making any play for it just yet. Breezy there, though. Joe, you're going to do it again. Can lightning strike twice?
Joe's waiting for his teammates, waiting for the bait. One's going to be up close and personal, though. He's going to be weak, charging, going forward. And Bance can't help him out. The angle's just bad. Elevate out of nowhere, find 3. And now they start to back off. And interestingly enough, they really start to bide their time here. And I like this. Instead of rushing this plant, they're going to get out of there, get out of dodge, and maybe go for this A plant. You've got to think that this is the end. The only shining light is Brack's alive, and they've got 200 health.
Shots came through, so now they're coming through broken now, at least Rated, though. Rated in a possible 1v4. Brack, the timing's got to be perfect, mate. Oh, there was the call. We can hear the call that's coming through. Bomb's gone down. An opening kill from Brack. Still has the extra health. Still has the time. He's got the shots as well. He's going to find the second 2v2 now rated on his own. And
Brack's done his job in finding 2, but now with an ICR this close, it's Skies to shut him down. Again, going off. I'm not sure if he found more than 1 kill that round. I'm trying to have a quick sneak peek at that monitor, but I can't see it. Skies, his search and destroy is one to watch out for. He actually finds the kill on both of the final players. I think that might be 15 to end it out.
brilliant work. I mean, you've got commiserations for Rated once again. Finds himself in showers, finds himself looking the wrong way, finds himself at the rough end of the stick. Wow. Elevate, search and destroy. What fun. What excitement to watch. Oh, yes, that is very frustrating for Denial. Hands on heads. Very, very frustrating, but nonetheless, they put on quite a show for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the first series of the night, Denial versus Elevate, is tied up 1-1 when we come back after the break. A control matchup between these two teams. We've seen everything in between, a little bit of drama, a little bit of fun. What have we got coming up next, friends? Find out after the break.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL, and TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Level up the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World League. Elevate versus Denial. Tied up 1-1. An exciting hard point to open up the series. Denial get that one. Elevate, though. Oh, baby. What a search and destroy that was. Check that one out. That's definitely one for you VOD hunters. Skies, as you called it, Phil, sky's the limit. It's a 1v3. Phenomenal performances all round. But now we've got control.
Yeah, the guy dropped 22 and 5 in that S&D. EKIA. EKIA. I got that right. My goodness. Bit of a tongue twister. But going into this again, he was confident in the pre-game interview to Jess. He was kind of saying, I expect it to be Splice. He goes into the hard point, huge performance, doesn't come out with it. But the Search and Destroy really was the difference maker. Like I said, he was kind of the #1 player on stats in London, continuing that in the Pro League, and it's nice to see. However, Control is completely different game mode, and we're going to be breaking it all down for you, and it's going to be an Arsenal as well.
Denial head first into 8. Only Bands hitting that window, and it's going to pay off. Breezy finds 2 before being traded out, which is a great start to this. And we are going to see the reinforcements keep on pouring through right now for Denial. It's a staggered deaths, though. I mean, we've only got 2 players left there on point. They did hold on for a great amount of time, so the reinforcements have arrived. Bance is going to be the only player disconnected from the squad at this point. Can they get him into the fight before those lives start to run out? A little bit of an exchange of gunfire now between both teams, just taking pot shots at one another, just flesh wounds all around, nothing that can't be fixed, nothing that can't be patched up. And again, Elevate are holding this one very, very well. Slight surge of aggression now, and it's going to pay off. But B is now the target.
Now, at the start of the hard point, I highlighted how, you know, Elevate were the kind of favourites going into it. They were strong at London. The control was awful at London. I think we lost 4 out of 4 when they played, but again, going up against Denial, Denial's record isn't great either. Again, roster changes for both teams. These are a very team-based game mode, and looks like here A has been passed on. You know, they lost a lot of lives, Denial pushing it, and they're going all out at B now, and Brack rated, combining for 3, and it's going to give him a great position, but he's got to keep eyes on the flank here. Ruiz is just waiting for his chance to go.
Yeah, any second now. There it is. Joe makes the read, but it's not going to be enough. Elevate still with a nice advantage here. Alex and Ruiz in a very awkward gunfight. Profizi finds it with the butt of his gun. Strong ICR shot's got the right-hand side covered. Skies has the left-hand side covered with his ICR now as well. Profizi once again is going to be locking it down. B is too tough to break into right now for Denial. On point A, though, Bance has just managed to survive. That timing from that stun was magnificent. He will be cleaned up. Still have some presence towards A, and it's just Joe. It's all down to Joe. Whalers manages to slip past. Oh my, Joe! COD gods are smiling on him today.
6 HP and a dream for Joe. He stays alive, gets the stim off, and you might have a clean capture on A. 11 and 13 is the life count. The 9.3 seconds will be nullified if they capture this zone. However, a grenade going in kind of changes the outlook Elevate might have on this. 2 go down. They might challenge for this and try and end it right here.
Oh my, they are. 7 to 12. Alex not able to get it done up top.
#1, he's heading to B.
Wait for it. 1.2 seconds. Why, we've seen this before, haven't we, Denial? No lives left. There's the smash right in the nuts. Right there you have it. Rounds over. Woo! Right in the moneymaker.
So way to end a round. A smash in the nuts. But moving on to round number 2. We do start to see the separation, and I really like that from Elevate, because it started, I was like, this is gonna, I think my words were, it could be, you know, a clean capture. And it looked that way, but the one frag that came through onto Joe and took him out, it was like, hang on. We've taken one down, we have control events, we have lobby, and they kind of pushed together. They actually hit the flank as well, so they hit 3 of the 4 entrances to it, and they came out on top of that, and they realized very quickly what we realized, that they can just shut this down right now.
Very decisive from Elevate. Now a second round up. Denial on defense. 5-man push right on in. Profizi. Cheeky angles, trying to catch that player just in the elevated platform there. Oh, he catches Alex. Despite Alex unloading, what, half a clip into him? Joe Bance answering back. Solid start again. Interesting opener for Elevate, but doesn't come of anything. They are going to now reshuffle on the counter-attack. They're going to stay towards A. 2 players possibly making the play onto B. Alex, that's number 5 as well. Going to be making that play forward. Brack backing him up. Trying to get that aggression out of Denial. They're trying to push that line forward and hit the spawns of Elevate. Big win, solid trades there for Denial on point. It's a solid hold.
Yeah, it is a solid hold, and again with Denial, they're just searching for this last player, and are going to finally find Profizi. It's number 9 who's hidden the flank as well, but 30 seconds left. You start to think at this point is, we've not got time. You start to panic and rush, and all these kills are going in favor of Denial. And Elevate, they're forced to change. Again, number 9, Breezy's been sat there for quite a while now, not really an impact on the game just yet, but, or the round, I should say, with 17 seconds. This has to be an attack right now on a zone. They need to commit to one.
I mean, it was a solid hold before. Now it's a magnificent hold. 10 seconds left. We are going to be seeing pressure at B. They will be able to get on the point just in time. Brack, though, Brack there in the vent. Brilliant work. Alex and Brack, perfect tandem. And Bance is still alive. Bance is still on point. He's going to find the kills. And a stupendous hold from Denial there in the second round.
A really interesting control just to kind of start the day off. You know, both rounds now ended with zones intact, and I will say it was a lot cleaner from Denial on that sense. We saw a bit of a fluster coming out of Elevate, a bit of indecisiveness, but when your teammates are all falling at the same time, and that being the problem for Elevate, they had a little glimmer of hope. They got 3 kills, they pushed to B, but I think it was Bance and Brack who really went big for them.
Yeah, we're seeing that synergy start to kick in for Denial. They're a lot more confident on the respawns. Strong decision making from both sides on the defense. Now with the knowledge you've garnered from the first 2 offensive rounds, what will they do? Elevate are buckling in. Looks like they are going to reposition for this push from Denial straight onto B. That stun's going to slow him somewhat. Breezy gets his head right there in the plants. Still visible, but it is annoying to just have to make that quick adjustment with your aim. Rated's going to find 2. Brilliant work. Brack's going to get in there as well. This is what we wanted to see for an offensive round. Denial have opened this up fantastically. There was a lot of players on that point. 3 of them are going to make the capture go very quickly, and it's almost done.
Nice. Oh, in the hands of Rated. Got that FMJ on as well, so can penetrate through these, what feels like thin walls for him. B's been complete now, but he hasn't really moved position, neither as Joe and teammate as well. It looks like they're just trying to find a few more kills before heading on over to A. And with 1 break, 1 clean sweep, Denial, and I like their strategy. They can take A quite easily here. As long as they can keep them out, push them back in spawn. Emery's trying to be a very, very annoying side of that, though. Big kills from Rated. Back and forth, now calling on his teammates. Waiting for the stim shot, does finally go down. Bance helping out, but Elevate survived that wave of kills. They actually get back into the zone, and that's the important thing for them.
I mean, it's really tough. The opening fights have been so unkind to Elevate. The life count, there's enough of a disparity there to make this, you know, somewhat of a danger to them, but they are going to hold. They are going to play the clock. 1 minute 30 now. This attack now from Denial, they've got a lot to throw at it. Alex has got his War Machine. Brack, Bance, and Joe aren't too far away from their specialists as well. There we go. Raid's going to opt for not only the Lightning Strike, not only that, but the Tempest as well. Oh, gets Emery's. Will clean it up. There's just choices all around, and once again, Rated has just bitten off more than he could chew, and he will be taken out there. Skies answers back quickly, pushing the line forward, and just like that, Elevate have the life lead.
Only just, though. Might be 1 life now, 2. Breezy trying to separate himself there. Plus the grenade, of course, a big factor being that War Machine player. As he starts to work back into it, trying to find him. He's going to be caught off guard there. Alex and Rated picking up kills. Profeezy should 1 down. Tempest is out for Skies, and we've seen how amazing this man can be so far this series. 13-11, but a 6-kill streak is what you need to keep your eyes out for. 1, 2 kills here, and he's going to have a full set of streaks to work with. And surely he's not the first in.
Bait for him, for God's sake. No one's there. There it is. He doesn't find anything. Once again, Skies just needs to work on the hipfire. His Tempest is brilliant. His Maddox is brilliant. His ICR is brilliant. But that hipfire with the Tempest, Jesus, man.
20 seconds left. Life lead to Elevate. Kills in the kill feed go into Elevate. Profeezy with the double. The Saw coming in here. And now with 6 lives to 12. 12 seconds left on the clock. It feels almost out of reach for Denial. As Elevate locking things down. They're not investing their specialists. They're going to be saved for round number 4 as well. But time ticks away. Nobody's going to be able to get onto the zone. And a well-held round there once more going forward.
You sort of felt the desperation just towards the end. Got a little bit frantic. But everyone denied, you know, there was 4 players left alive in the end. They sort of given up that round. Not necessarily surrendered it, but they knew that let's not feed them anymore. We're giving a lot of points here. We know Skies has got streaks.
I think that's the one issue when sometimes you're so good at getting B early on like Denial did there. Getting A is kind of sometimes a blessing. You know, you get in, you're like, oh, we've got this. I just need to watch a doorway with an ICR. Like, I'm not losing this gunfight. But when you capture B and it's just down to A and the defending team is in there and controlling it, it's very hard. You know, it's not as easy as a lot of people may think. Joe's just spotted about Oh, he's spotting an army running towards him, to put it lightly, and this is where the streaks are going to come down.
Pedal to the metal. And he finds one, nonetheless. It's something. It's made them think again. War Machine comes through. Alex gets singed, but he's all blue. Attack Miles going flak jacket for Alex. Breezy now making his way towards the point. This is a solid, aggressive push, but Brack on the defense, some great work. Rated as well in the back end with the ICR. They're just starting to pick these players off slowly but surely. Elevate have really got to reconsider the attack. Rafizi now makes his way in on towards A. The contest is over, and you can hear the players in the background roaring. Bance is starting to get litty. Oh, Bance! He changes his mind in midair.
I was going to say, it's a mid-air choice there. That wasn't a preempted slam. That was something where you've got to have the reactions to back it up, and he does. Finds two, does go down here thereafter. And we are going to see Profisi now with a potential slam on his hands as well. He does have the grapple to play with. Trying to find a couple players. Here's the grapple. Slam coming through.
Oh, he only finds one. His teammate picks up the other kill, but that player on the other side of the door just... He could smell that slam right through that little crack. And now, reload. Make a real fight of this as Brack's going to line up the next gunfight.
Bance in an awkward position here with a Sorg. Now it's just trying to get into A. It's going to be very difficult to do, however, coming from the window, the vents, the lobby. They start to collapse. Skies finds a double. He nearly finds the triple into Alex as well there. You saw his name pop up. And he's going to find himself a zone for his troubles. 90 seconds on the clock, one zone to go. One life lead here for Elevate.
Denial. They don't want to let this go. Do have a lot of specialists still to work with. Breezy pushed back by Vance. Straight back onto the point. And they will hold. 1 minute 15 now. Elevate have still got a decent amount of lives to make this push happen. And you can see that. They know they've got the time on their side as well. 2 players through lobby. Or through lab rather, 2 players through outside guns. It's a slow flank as Whalers has got to just hold them here. He has to hold them in position. Profisi now making the play happen through lobby. Skies over his shoulder. This is magnificent stuff from Elevate. They're going to get all the kills. No deaths just yet until Brack finds one from the vents. Rated Joe off of spawn. What a contest. My, Denial hold the line.
Yeah, they do so well there. And you saw, I think it was the Sorg player pushing forward, was beating out Whalers. We saw get stunned with that. Flat jacket didn't really help him, but he bided his time. He pushed at the right time, but he didn't find the one kill that he needed. And that one kill, honestly, it elevated to 2, 3, and 4. It was unfortunate for Elevate to, you know, kind of suffer those consequences, but a very strong hold here for Denial. Now the time's ticking away. The life count just 2 in favor of Denial. Make it 3 as this push is easier by all means on the defense. You've got your setup, you've got your cover, and you've got your specialists to play with, but they're wanting to hold on to them for round 5.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be going to a round 5 at this point. 10 seconds left to go. Number 8 could maybe make his way forward, but the front line is so strong. The back line is now being all but defended. 5 seconds left. Is anyone there? Number 8 is dead. Then they find the point. Skies, what have you got in the tank? Can you make something miraculous happen here? The answer is going to be a resounding no. Breezy and co trying to get there in time, but... So staggered deaths, you find yourself alone. You're like, where are you? And it's like, I'm already in lobby. Sorry, man, I'm at trophy. I'm still running. We're on the offense. It's so hard to make the way across the map. You're going to die, all die at once.
Yeah. It's not pretty by all means. And honestly, kind of going into today, I know we've got two excellent games to kind of round out the day. But coming into this one, I was really excited to kind of see these 2 teams match up because, again, both taken down, you know, teams which potentially they shouldn't have, or they were the underdogs going into. They're both on good form. And going head-to-head, we really do have a series in our hand. It's currently 1-1 if you missed the first 2 maps. And we're going into a final round of Control. Vision Pulse has been popped here, and for the opener, it's going to be interesting because what you can do with that Vision Pulse is not necessarily go for the kills, but you can go for the zone itself. You know, if 4 are in A, you can be like, see you later. We're going elsewhere. Profisi is going to find Brack, though. And will they get the first tick on B?
Alex is going to pop the War Machine there straight onto the point. It's a worthy investment. Skies, hey, the night rated. Oh, Whalers takes care of Alex from top jet. Brack, though, he does have that lightning strike to work with, possibly. Joe's going to keep his flank safe. 1 minute left now. 1 tick at B. Profisi straight into the defense, straight back to respawn. There we have it. Alex holds it. They continue the cap at B. Look how fast that progress bar is ticking up. The second tick done. We're almost finished here. Pack your bags, boys. It's over to A. You can see the defense lining up now. They do have lobby control for Elevate, so they're going to be able to push that back. Number 4 is hoping to find something, and number 7 is just geared up towards the other door. It's a solid hold for Elevate. We've seen this before.
I was going to point out, this is exactly what didn't work for them last time. I hate to be negative about the situation, Miles, but this is what happened and what didn't work. The difference is they do have a lightning strike to play with. Rated's close to the Tempest as well. No specialists in favor of Elevate, and Brack nearly at that TAC 5 boost. So bear in mind, you know, it might not have worked last time, but it was a good strategy. You know, it was a play which can come out on top. Lightning strike is down. Kills are falling as well in favor of Denial this time around. And Bance makes an all-important kill onto Skies, and now this could be the moment which changed for Denial. Tempest finds one, connects to the second and the third, and they may all get back up, but the delay is there. 17-17 as we do see another fight through. The grapple guns coming through. Whalers with that ICR. Skies breaching, clearing. He's been doing it all game long, 27 and 21. He has a point to prove against Brack.
Once you think for a moment, wow, Denial have got this.
You really do.
You really believe.
You're like, it's over. And then now it's like, yep, Denial have lost.
They've lost. If they can make it back from here, when Skies is sitting in food, just temping you in the back, just giving you the old buzz. Oh, wow. 45 seconds left. 10 lives for Denial. It's starting to look very difficult. Whaler's not far away from his vision pulse if he wants it, but the playthrough window is developing. Top Gun has been breached wide open. Here comes the flood. Here comes Denial. Brack, he's going to be the last player in. Whalers trying to find the angle. It's going to be Brack going down. Whalers is going to get him the upper hand. 7 lives left for Denial. Onto the point. The cap comes through. Profizi on the flank. He's going to bend him over, and that's going to be 5 left for Denial. There's not a whole lot they can do. Elevate. This is it. They're going to take the map. Ooh, frag. Nah, nothing there. 20 seconds. Denial had 1 solid break left in him. They had it, but the defense of Elevate is just too tall. Too high a mountain to climb for Denial. Final few seconds, and wow. Elevate, what a strong control win there in round 5.
Incredible stuff. Again, when you're trying to fight into A from the defensive side, 3 of your teammates go down to a Tempest. You're like, oh, this hasn't ended well. However, what a turn of events. The way that kind of shifted, the momentum just changed from one side to the other. We saw the Tempest coming out for Skies as well. He made use of that, and interestingly enough there as well, we saw the TAC 5 boost come through from Brack. It was just ineffective. It just didn't do anything at all, but it did get shut down. Interesting to see those last 60 seconds and how it broke down. This was actually after Elevate had kind of breached in, shut them down, but they had full control. Look at the minimap. They've got control of food, they've got control of gun. You can't really lose it at this situation when you've got this life lead and you've still got a specialist to play with. Whalers actually does get vision pulse and pops it for that final 5 as well, which again, it's just a sucker punch for Denial to take.
It is tough work. This final play from Whalers, again, a final act of fantastic defense. The Defiance is put to bed there as Brack gets cleaned up. The final 2 players on point are about to get hit in the flank. I mean, it was just all worked out. Elevate with a stunning display on the defense there. They read the play. They managed to survive the onslaught of specialists, and a bit of bad luck from Rated. He was lobby. He manages to hit 1 player up front, but they flood perfectly well together. The Tempest chain doesn't quite come into effect until, you know, just after he's already died. So they do manage to get him through the back. They do manage to lock him down and get him off point. And at this stage, I mean, yeah, the vision pulse has already come through for Whalers. It is all but over. Gotta give it to Elevate. What an incredible control. Fantastic rounds of both teams. And now we go into another hard point.
We certainly do, and you know, the hard point always interesting because kind of going into map 1, I was expecting one result. I got the complete opposite, but it's certainly gonna, you know, test both teams. I feel like Denial, they could have won that search. They could have won the control there as well. This could have been a 3-0-2 Denial, but Elevate showing such resilience and kind of pushing this to a game 4 and actually being in the lead at this point, it is kind of crazy. And you know, I love crazy.
Oh, we love crazy. I mean, if anything's to go by, we're looking to see Denial once again find the respawn game mode, find themselves in hardpoint. If they can push that game 5, then we have an incredibly exciting possible conclusion to the series then, because we've seen how closely contested they can be in the search. Despite Sky's heroics, Denial will still push them all the way to that round 11. See if they've got what it takes to force us all the way to the game 5 here.
Whew! I feel like this is two teams going head-to-head, which has Game 5 written all over it. And, you know, from the search and destroy alone, you know, that showed, you know, how close these guys are. The Hacienda hardpoint was really a big shock to me. I expected a much closer game. I expected much more out of Elevate. But again, sometimes it's how you turn up at the studio on the day. You know, have you had your warm-up? Are you just feeling yourself that day? And clearly Denial were, but going into this, they've got to win another hard point.
And Frequency as well is a map that, honestly, I actually favor Elevate straight off the rip. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say now. I just feel the way Elevate playing right now, they're faster, they're more aggressive, they're going to be quicker on the rotates, they're going to be quicker on the kills. Denial have just got a little slowed down after those after the search and
yeah,
control, little bit slowed. But we'll see if they can't find the pace straight into the hard point.
Talking of stats, these guys both played this, you know, the last 3 times. They've won it twice. So again, hardpoint is not the strong suit of Denial, but this is the only map which they actually have a positive record since cross-divisional. So we'll see whether it comes out on top again. The fast-paced play. Maybe this is something that maybe favors Joe, just like it did in map number 1. But hello, Breezy. He's starting off with a 4 streak.
I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, hate to be the harbinger of doom, but already Elevate have just set the tone. And when you see 3 players drop immediately and you off the rip, oh, there it is. Ray's trying to get back into this one. 65 away from Streaks is Breezy. 1 kill's going to be it. That's it. Finds himself the lightning. No Hellstorm, though.
Certainly no hardpoint at the end of it either, Miles. You're correct. Profizi, though, I like this play. He's now gone right to the back of the map. He's got a sword, which is probably the worst weapon you can have. But it looks like he's been sniffed out. It's going to be banned, and it should be traded. Number 10, Alex, a little too slow. It's going to be the first kill of the game, but it's going to be a crucial one for Alex.
Oh, very crucial indeed. Joe may get to the gunfight late, but he does get to the punch first. The skies goes down. 20 seconds now and climbing. Denial right back in this, but Breezy, early streaks. Come right on through, punch a hole in the rear defense. And Joe, though, he's all you need to defend this one. He's somehow still alive. There was 2 other players behind him. Bant's now in a position to get Whalers. Or maybe not. Oh, Breezy's there as well. Trophy system keeps him alive for the time being, allowing the reinforcements to get there, but he didn't kill Whalers. And now Whalers has just put the dagger in 2 of your teammates. Elevate will hold the back line. They will hold the hard point. And they've got another 30 seconds left.
25 to 24. We know how important strong starts are on hardpoint. We saw it for Denial on Hacienda map number 1 and Elevate. This is the map. This is where they close things down. Don't push it to a search and destroy. We saw how close that was. But Denial already in setup here. 7 seconds left. It looks like here, Elevate, they're really kind of taking their time and soaking this up. Profizi's going on the flank, but they want to break through the middle. They want to break here on the outskirts. A real interesting strategy. I kind of don't get it, but I'm excited to see it.
I feel like they're just trying to be economical about this one. They don't want to give anything to Denial in terms of, you know, specialists and streaks. They don't want to give anything that could possibly allow them to mount that comeback. We know Denial can be a very momentum-based team, and if they let that happen, Elevate could be paying the price in that sort of mid to late game still. They've held this very, very well, and sadly, Denial have done exactly what Elevate didn't want, and they've managed to just feed this slowly but surely. Joe's almost got his Purify. He's halfway towards that. Gonna keep that run going. Now a 2-man jump right through the window. The KN up close and personal is gonna work out. 175 away from Streaks. That is gonna be Whalers trying to play this one sensibly, and they have done. Here comes the hold.
Well, if you're good at breaking through the window, you're good at breaking through the window. Like, that's just a fact right there. And one thing I will say, I kind of saw what they were trying to do with, you know, the KN overlooking them at you and just trying to contest at least. But there's only 7 seconds left, and when it's all said and done here, it's going to be a pretty close game. Rotation down low is going to go in favor of Elevate, though. But the kills, how's that going to break down Alex? Tough position, but he does stay alive. You're going to see a bit of top mid control from him for Denial, and that's going to be rated. Locking things down. The ICR, probably not the best weapon to have, but if used right, you can absolutely lock it.
Yeah, Raid has actually been firing very, very well, especially in those mid to close range engagements in this series thus far. I remember at the start of Black Ops 4, he was always saying, oh, Maddox, a Sword player, so blessed, you know, complaining about how he was not really finding himself in the ICR up close, but so far, I mean, he has completely written the wrongs there. Ruiz now, tag 5 through, Elevate are going to be getting the buff. Sadly, a little bit of teamfire is going to push that back and nullify the specialist usage there, but regardless, we are going to see the line held. Bottom mid, it's all good. Breezy with a nice 2. Can't get the 3rd, but his teammate's going to be there to pick this one up, and Elevate, that pace is just blistering. And once again, Streaks almost in the hands of Elevate. And there we have it. Lightning Strike at the ready, 95 points away from the Hellstorm.
And I think that's it. You know, we talked about streaks. We saw it obviously come early out with the lightning strike. Ruiz, a player which, honestly, I've probably said his name 3 times this whole series. I've not seen much from him. But right now, he's showing, you know, what an asset he is to the squad. 13-6, a 5-kill streak. And it's this KN that's locking it down. We saw H yesterday do the exact same thing on this map. And
Oh,
interesting.
I like it.
And it is David Beckham. Some of you guys will not get the reference, but moving swiftly on. Profizi is actually going to take down his teammate in the mix of things, but with 35 seconds now, the contest still going down. And my goodness, I love this hard point just for the fact it is chaos.
Oh, Breezy, it is chaos. Chaos is usually a ladder. That was not a ladder. That was more like a sort of pit of sand. There's dog poo in there, there's kids' toys, there's somewhere your keys, and you had to go in and get them. And Breezy, he went straight in, baby. Still holding the line, and Marie's desperately trying to find the kills. Denial, they're somewhat starting to show those signs of life, somewhat starting to show the urgency they desperately need at the start of the map. Elevate still with that lead though. The battle for the back is being currently lost by Brack.
I will say it's that KN again on this map. It's again the way that it works, the spacing between you and that opposition. We see it come out on top time and time again. 130-96 right now. We do see Elevate with a slight lead. They actually did really, really well on this hard point on the first rotation. They're doing just that once more. Tempest at the ready. It's that man Skies at it again. What has he got?
Oh, I hope he's got no hip fire. It's not been good so far. There we go. Perfect shot. Second one lands as well. Potential for a lot of chains here, but perfect spacing from Denial just to stay out of the danger zone. Rated's back up, ready to get some more, and
he's like, that's cute, you can go back down, and so can you.
Keep tickling. Skies finds another, there we have it. There's the hip fire, and there's more. Joe's in, the tag comes through, the chain is there as well. Streaks now to be had for Skies. Unbelievable stuff from him all series long.
Skies. 14 and 11. The stats really kind of don't do justice in this map alone, how amazing he's been playing. But Emery's, he's putting up a positive 6. Even across the board, look at Whalers and Breezy, you know, positive 10, positive 2 for these guys. It's just a numbers game right now, and we saw Hacienda hardpoint go one way. This is how I expected some of the hardpoints to be. Elevate. They're a very, very strong squad. However, TAC 5 boost, War Machine coming in now for the boys of Denial. Can they bite back? Can they just break on through and keep this hold? It needs to be a near perfect, I feel, to push this down low, because with the spacing that they have, they can actually win rotation as well.
Yeah, they really could. I mean, this is a very slow play. Alex Bay wishes he had that nade right now. That player just crouching down at the bottom. Here comes the push. These players lying on their bellies, and Brack's going to quickly get the trade through. Window fight. Oh my, he just about gets it. Ruiz really making him work for that fight. 35 away from Streaks now. Denial not out of this yet. Trying to just catch that player's left foot. That's all he was after. I do think Alex, with the assists there, does now have full streaks, so that's going to be a great little victory there for Denial. Elevate on the rotation, not to be found. We do have Denial in control.
Might be a little victory, but...
Oh! Skies!
Has already used his little victory. Bance, only finds one, and he's been a little bit unlucky with that. Could have found that second as well. Breezy shuts down Joe. And to Elevate, they're going to actually draw these streaks out of Denial very, very early on, and I like this play. Getting these streaks out of there is very crucial. 60 seconds ahead.
I mean, even more streaks. Emery's Lightning Strike finds 2 of them. So, I mean, that was an absolute bloodbath in the skies. Streaks are plenty for both teams. Elevate starting to get a decent bit of a hold now. Starting to get a decent bit of a lead. But, once again, Streaks just pushing them back. Breezy trying to hold the line, trying to make his way forward. Denial, though, with the time now. Supreme aggression from Joe does get taken down there. Breezy holds the line. Skies has got the next hard point locked down, and it's a complete Elevate kill feed.
And there's some trash talk going on the main stage, and that's probably between Elevate shouting at Brack. You know, some of these, like I said, ex-teammates before. Alex, though, taking none of it, finds himself a double, fighting for this. Still the 60-point lead continues, but it's getting bigger and bigger. 200 has been broken now. Streaks, everything's gone. It's going to be down to Specialist. Joe's close to the Purifier, and he has to use it. Alex falls off the map. Bance goes down. Brack falls as well. And Elevate dominate once more in U. Profizi probably having the worst game or worst map of the series, 9 and 19. But when you've got Breezy dropping 31, you've got Ruiz with a 23 and 15. Overall, some of these players are popping off and they're having a great time.
Oh, not a problem for any of them. Still stunned up, fully stunned on point. That was, I believe, Joe. Rated's still alive now. We have got Denial back in this, and I found my lack of faith disturbing to begin this one with, but I do believe Denial aren't out of this yet. Brack Holds the line up top. Vision Pulse coming through now. Denial. Desperation starting to sink in. Ready for the next hard point. Once again, Elevate have the back spawns, they have the back control, but they are going to flood right through mid-map. Do they have anything to sort of block that entrance? Ah, they do. There it is. War Machines from Breezy. That's going to be able to block it. And just in case that wasn't enough, Attack 5 comes through. Emery's finding the 2 kills. The front door is safe. The front door is secure. Just watch the back, friends. Now it's 25 for the win.
Just if, you know, the Attack 5 boost wasn't enough, the War Machine wasn't enough. Profizi's sat on a slam. He's got it after finding 9 kills, but it might come in just at the right time. Can he hit double digits? That's the only question on my mind, because I do not see Denial breaking through. They've got everything just to sit back, relax, put your feet up. And these guys, oh my, that would have been a perfect time to slam. He gets confused with the grapple gun. He finds, I think, his 10th kill with the slam. But Elevate coming out on top. You heard it from Jess on the pre-game interview. They expected to win against Splice. They expected to win against Denial, but this time they had a point to prove with Brack on the opposite side of the stage this time around.
Is it a vous allez or is it a let's go from Elevate? A little bit of both. Brilliant stuff from them. 3-1, and definitely for Denial, definitely you see Rated shaking his head, and unquestionably that was a very, very difficult series for them. So close in the Search and Destroy, even closer in the Control matchup. And after such a great performance in the first hard point as well. I mean, close but no cigar there.
And I think, again, you've got to be super frustrated. You respect that from Denial, because, again, they come out from a win from Envy and then, you know, lose to an Elevate you don't expect. But Elevate now, it's Splice and Denial. Choked it off. They got 2 in the back.
There we go. First series done and dusted. Miles and Momo are going to be taking a break for now, but so the Dest.
Thank you very much, guys. And there you have it, of course. Another win for Elevate. They took down Splice and they took down Denial now, 3-1. And Skies, Brezzy, that team, it looks like it's on fire, Nameless.
Skies had an incredible performance, as well as Brezzy right there on that map. That was crazy. I just can't believe what I'm seeing out of these guys. They're stepping up to an entire new level, and, you know, this is unexpected. And I know Skies had this in him because he had some crazy maps at the last tournament, but I didn't know he could do this on a consistent basis. This Search and Destroy. He had 4,000 damage. 4,000 damage.
Off. That 1v3 was absolutely beautiful right there.
They
Done the first guy, and then naded the second guy, and then just dash punched the last guy.
In general, they clutched up a lot in that Search and Destroy. I believe it was the very first round. Profizi slid out and killed the guy off bomb before he was able to get the defuse. Like, just little plays across the entire Search and Destroy helped them win that, and they needed that after that first map when Denial came out really strong.
Yeah, Joe was going off on that first map just from the very first hill. Picked up streaks. He was like 22 and 8 at one point, and I'm like, I was going to wipe the floor with these guys. Like, they look like a whole new team. And then that game 2, we just see Skies take over, and the momentum shifted. And once it got to that frequency, we're in the green room, and Study's like, there's no way Denial wins this. It's over.
I don't know if Denial has an auto veto, so I have to ask them about that. But at this point, against Elevate, I'd be on the side of banning that against them. I'm just not giving them
frequency.
I'm just not giving them a frequency hard point. They seem to be super proficient on that map. If I don't have an auto veto, I have to get rid of it and just play one of our worst maps. I don't want them to play that map. They're so good on that map.
Yeah, so obviously Elevate having about as good of a start here to Division B as they can, but Denial now 1-2 overall. And Pac, you were kind of mentioning it in the green room a little bit. You're like, I'll think that maybe they're improving and there's good things to say about Denial if they win this, but if not, then maybe they're stalling in the water a little bit.
Well, it's just one of those series that can define you as a team, and they were vibey going in that series. Like, they were so happy and laughing. They had that first map. It was looking good, but then there was a point where it just fell apart for them, and like, how good are they really if they can't come out and close a series versus a team like Elevate? Yeah, sure, they managed to pick up a win. It was close, but
like, think about that round with Crash and Search and Destroy. Like, the series could have went a bit
That's the thing, though. That's a round where if you're a good team, you need to win. They brought it all the way back. They get to 5-5. Joe gets first blood. They have Crash popped. The bomb is down, and then they all collapse and die around that. You know the bomb is down. You have extra health. That's a round that a good team at that point is going to win after you've made the comeback and Search and Destroy, but Denial let that slip.
I guess it's hard to tell where Denial stands because we don't really know where Elevate stands right now, right? Like, they're 2-0, they look incredible. How good is this team? So in those close maps, it's like, yeah, we just lost to Elevate. Maybe we're not that good of a team, but maybe Elevate's a fantastic team, and we'll learn throughout these next few matches. So I can't write Denial off just yet. I can't do it yet.
That Arsenal control was insane. It was just all defending on both sides. Elevate, fortunately, went to 2-2, and they got defense on the last side. Skies was able to put it away with his Tempest. We saw good plays out of Profizi. He was just way too aggressive. Like, his angles with his grapple on that map are just absolutely beautiful. We see him when he goes off spawn, runs right into that main lobby, and just immediately grapples to the corner and just basically baits himself for his teammates to shoot at him, but he gets himself in an angle where he's not going to get contested. And it's just like, I feel like he's just so ahead, like, when it comes to, like, his movement, when it comes to that character. Because he's just so phenomenal. Even when it came to that frequency, even though he went 9 and 23, it just didn't matter. Brezzy, 37 and 19. He was going absolutely nuts, and then Emery's right behind him with 27 and 20. That was just a good team performance all around.
All right, let's remind you all of CWL Anaheim. It is coming up in just a couple weeks. Again, that feels so weird to say. It feels like we were just in London, but again, in a couple weeks, we'll be hopping on over to Anaheim. Going to be a great time, but you can see it. We got to get through these matches before we can go there. And of course, coming up next is going to be Heretics versus E6. Another match that I think will be definitely interesting to watch, but you'll have to wait a little bit before we get into that. If you're just tuning in right now, Elevate 3-1 to Denial. But coming up, we're going to spend a little bit of time dissecting our next series, which is going to be Heretics versus Enigma 6.